Hey everybody, Nate Eaton here backstage at CrimeCon with Kim Goldman. Kim, this is your second CrimeCon.
Yes.
What do you think?
It's big.
Yes.
Yeah, it's my first time was in Austin, and this is just a much bigger venue and so many people, and it's a little overwhelming, but I'm happy to be here.
And tell everybody why you are here.
I am here. My brother was killed, 28 years ago almost, and I'm here to talk to people about private trauma in the public eye and the grief process, and to advocate for victims and survivors.
You talk about the public eye. Your brother's murder was in the public eye. It still is nearly 30 years later. Mm-hmm. What is it, Kim's brother being Ron Goldman, who was murdered with Nicole Brown Simpson by... many people say O.J. Simpson. What has it been like to live through 3 decades of this?
In some ways it feels like just yesterday, and then other times it feels like it's been all my entire life, and I just turned 50. So, it's hard. It's kind of surreal because people are still so supportive. People are still very passionate about it too, which is hard because sometimes I just want to have a life that doesn't involve all the conspiracy theories and everybody's opinions about what went down. And but I make room for it because he's my brother, and how can I not?
How old were you when he died?
I was 22.
22. So you remember? I mean, it wasn't like you were a young kid.
No.
You had a life with him.
I did, and that's for me the hardest part, is having a life, unfulfilled, in regards of sharing with my brother. We were best friends and had a lot of plans for each other, and how we were going to raise our kids together and live next door to each other, and just never being able to realize our dreams together has been probably the hardest part.
Why do you think people are so fascinated by the case?
I think, in the last, decade or two, with the internet and social media, I think people have a lot more access to information, and so I think it's really kind of spurred a lot of interest and attention. And I think there's a younger generation that's learning about it and watching TV and watching movies, and so I think people just are fascinated, and because of who he is and the nuisance that he is, he kind of creates a lot of attention, so it's hard to avoid it.
When he creates that attention, tweets or those videos, do you have a reaction to it anymore?
I don't follow him. I do see a lot of it because people tag me, which I'm not entirely sure why that happens, but so when I see him trending, those kinds of things, but it's hard. It's you shouldn't have to watch the person, his stupid tagline of yours truly or whatever the hell it is that he says. It's disgusting because he's a double murderer, and he's able to walk the world freely, and that's really hard.
A lot of people watching admire you, your strength, your family, what you've been through. What would you want to say to anybody watching? What's your message?
Keep fighting, keep talking, keep sharing, keep advocating. I'm the proud co-chair of the National Center of Victims of Crime, and it's an incredible organization that helps victims and survivors all across the country. And so donate. CrimeCon is matching donations this weekend, dollar for dollar. So, but just get involved and be respectful and mindful of the message you're sharing when you're out in the world.
And don't tag her.
Only if it's nice.
Yes, if it's nice, send her a compliment.
Yeah,
Thank you, Kim.
Thank you. Thanks, Nate.